Hi there again everybody, Boyd back with you. Well, I'm just making this video to show you guys today the model kit that I built up this year for Halloween. Those of you who follow my channel here know that I like to do something like that every year. Halloween's my favorite holiday, and like to get into the spirit by building a Halloween themed model kit. So this year I chose this Pegasus Hobbies Great White Shark Kit. This kit's in 1/18th scale, and it's a really wonderful kit. I was really pleased working on it. It went together phenomenal. I've had great luck with all the Pegasus Hobbies models that I've built, the War Machine and a few other ones, and it just really went together nice. It's the shark is made out of vinyl, and then you have the included diver and the cage and all that. So I kind of wanted to take this and modify it a little bit and do a little bit of a Jaws theme, and Jaws being one of my all-time favorite horror movies. Some people don't classify it as a horror movie, but I definitely think it's a horror movie. I scared the pants off of me when I saw it the first time, so I've always wanted to do something like this, and I'm really glad that they came out with a kit that comes with the, the shark cage and the shark and the diver and the whole thing. So I made a few modifications to it to make it look like the scene out of Jaws where Hooper is down inside the shark cage at the end, and the shark basically makes a junk pile out of the cage, and Hooper barely escapes with his life. So you can see I made a few modifications here, bent open the bars and everything. The shark has already kind of been in there once, and he's about ready to come in again, and Hooper's going to try to escape for his life. He had the shark dart there, and he dropped it, so he was pretty much defenseless, and he had to, get away as quick as he could. But I really love the detail on this shark. It's made out of solid vinyl, and you have the option of doing two different heads on it. You have the closed mouth or the open mouth, and I definitely had to do the open mouth because he looks a lot more, intimidating and scary looking. I'll just kind of give you some detail of his mouth there and everything. So there were quite a few seams to repair on the model. The whole front part of the head is separate from the body. You have to put on the tail and the fins and everything and do a lot of putty work to fix up all the seams. We got that done. I puttied this guy up and then primed him, painted him with craft acrylic paints. I airbrushed on all the colors on his body and everything, and then up here at the mouth I had to do all that by hand because you have the the individual teeth and some detail inside the mouth and everything. But again, the craft paints worked out really good. When I went to seal this, I'm not sure if it's showing up very well on the video here or not. I wanted to put the texture that they say that sharks have on their skin. It's supposed to be really rough. People who felt it said it feels like sandpaper. So I took some dull coat, Tester's dull coat, and I dusted it on him from really far away so it would go on kind of dry and kind of rough, and then I dried it with my heat gun as soon as it hit him. And in person here it has a really nice kind of rough texture to it, and it turned out really nice. But I just did some shading on him here and there with different colors, kind of made up my own colors, and just kind of had fun with it. You can see some there on the dorsal fin and here on the back of his tail and everything. I'll turn him around here in a little bit and give you a little bit better look at him from a different angle. But here you can see the cage. We've got Hooper in there. Now the diver that comes with the kit comes with a camera, and his arms are positioned a certain way. I did the best I could, kind of giving him a kind of blocking look or a fear look, because he knows the shark's about ready to come in there again. But I did all the detail painting on his wetsuit exactly like Hooper had it in the film. He had a black suit with kind of these blue arms and everything, and then I painted the head with the same hair color and kind of added the beard there and everything like he had in the movie, and I think that came out pretty nice. But the cage is really cool. It's really fragile, and it's kind of finicky to work on it. You have to tack it together a little bit at a time because you have to build the entire thing. And it's got the flotation devices up here. The actual hatch up on the top does open and everything, so that's pretty cool. The cage itself is a little bit bigger than it was in the film. It's a little wider, but it'll fly. I think it looks pretty cool. And I can position the shark a little bit closer in where his head's actually sticking into the cage and all that, but he's a little bit harder to see that way. But I'll go ahead and turn him a little bit here so you can see the detail in the mouth. And that's the scary angle. I even did the eyes with some high gloss, so you can see that extra kind of shine on there. I always remember the line from the movie where Captain Quint says, sharks have these dead eyes like black eyes like doll eyes and all that kind of stuff, and just some really memorable lines from that movie. And just pretty cool to have this. I'm really glad that they actually made a kit like this. And whoever did the sculpt on the shark did a fantastic job too. It just looks awesome. And I don't see any way where you'd ever want to build this with a mouth closed, but they do give you that option. So the stands are a little bit flimsy. The shark itself is like really heavy. So, you know, if you touch it, it'll kind of wobble around a little bit. But if you just have it sitting on a table and all that, it sits pretty good. Same thing with the cage. I'll try to get you a little closer in on him too through the front part so you can see him. But there you go, guys. I'm really happy with this. It turned out just like I was hoping, and got my little Jaws display now. I'm going to bring out a little treat here for you guys and show you something here at the end that kind of goes along with this Jaws theme, and then we'll wrap this video up. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back with you guys again, and here we have the famous orca from the movie Jaws. This is a really, really cool model. This is probably one of my almost my favorite piece in my entire collection of models that I have, believe it or not. This model was given to me by a really good friend of mine named Calvin Sweet, who is a great modeler, and this model, guys, is completely scratch built. That's right, all made from scraps of wood. And Cal is very talented in that way, and he's just so detail oriented. You can see that he's got every single detail that we saw on the original orca on this model. I'm just really thankful and pleased that he gave it to me. I talked about it for years after he had built this, and I wanted him to build one for me. I'm just not capable of building this kind of thing out of wood, guys. This is just amazing to me. And he just put a lot of time and effort into this. You can see all around it we have everything going on from the original movie. You've got Quint back here with his fishing rod, and Brody chumming, you know, over the side of the back of the ship here for the shark. And you have all the detail. You have Hooper up here on the flying bridge, you know, with Quint yelling at him, you know, watch the shark and everything. You have the barrels here, the famous barrels that they, you know, stuck into the shark to try to bring him up. The jaws at the front of the, on the deck here, you know, on the forward part of the flying bridge. Just all this detail. And again, the amazing part about this, guys, is that this was completely built by hand from scraps of wood, not a pre-made kit of any kind. And it's just really awesome, and I totally treasure this thing. I wish somebody would come out with a really nice kit of the orca. I'm really surprised that nobody's done that. And we'll show you a little bit more here, the amazing thing that Cal has done. As you can see, these covers are removable, and you have the interior detail as well, which is just absolutely awesome. You have the little cabin here, you know, with the lower interior helm, and then we can remove this part up here, and you see you have kind of a sleeping quarters and all that. But this little area right here is where they had, you know, the table where they had the famous scene where they're having that discussion, and they're comparing their scars and all that, and Captain Quint tells the story about being on the USS Indianapolis and all that, and that was just a really awesome scene in the movie as well. So just thought you guys would enjoy seeing this. And again, Cal, if you're watching this, thanks so much again, buddy, for sending me this kit, or this model. This is, like I said, it's something I absolutely treasure, and it's a highlight of my collection. Just being completely scratch built like that, I think it's really amazing work, and great job on it again, buddy. Really appreciate it. So, okay, you guys, we're going to call this video a wrap. You can see we've got all the mass detail and everything there, exactly like it was in the movie. So we'll call this one a wrap, everybody. We'll see you again very soon. I'm going to be back to work getting the Viper going here. And then I've got a really cool race car kit that came in. It's one of my actual Grail kits. I've been trying to get one of these kits for a long time. It's a really rare kit, and I'm going to be building that one up here on the channel very shortly. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. Even if you're not into cars, the kit is just such an awesome kit with a ton of detail, and it's a very historical race car. Not NASCAR, by the way. It's something different, but I think you guys will enjoy that one. So we'll be back again really soon, and until we do, you guys take care. Happy Halloween and happy modeling, everybody.